individuals, yeah, that are exempted from the state labor industries, law enforcement officer, emergency medical technicians, and the rule of the Department of Labor and Industry that claims based on mental conditions or mental disabilities caused by stress do not fall within the definition of occupational disease. Now, all of those that are employed right now, yeah, that have a mental condition or a mental disability, yes. It's been alleged that I have a mental condition known as persecutory delusion for knowing I wasn't in Brennan, yes, and I wasn't cyber stalking. I was informing you that my sons have been kidnapped. Now, these umbrella policies, yeah, I just wanted you to know that you lose your insurance from the state if during a mental evaluation of your competency to stand trial, as soon as you're designated a mental health professional, yes, you no longer have the coverage of the state's labor and industries right now. Now, firefighters, my sons are in the wrong grades. Yes. I was arrested at the same time as being served a dissolution of marriage. Yeah. It was a malicious prosecution. Yes. And it looks to me, yes, that your umbrella policies can be sued for allowing for the victimization of vulnerable individuals in the United States. Now, I've emailed, yes, constables, sheriffs, National Sheriff's Association, yes, as well as the Constitutional Sheriff's Association, yes, about the refusal to enforce the laws of the United States. Now, your individual associations might have some umbrella policies, yes. So why don't you get me those right now? Because I will sue you as an individual sheriff in each and any county of the United States of America for allowing for the issuance of any court orders where there is forgery and fraud, yes, that have been used to kidnap my sons, yes. And when I emailed you the actual documentation right now, they violate federal laws, yes, state laws, yes, and conventions of the United States of America. Now, I'm wanting to do some prosecuting today, yes, and I told you that I wanted my sons, and I gave you a picture of not. Well, get me all of those. Individuals in the law enforcement, yes, firefighters and emergency medical technicians, yes, that receive their insurance coverage, from the Industrial Insurance Act. They are all mandatory reporters, aren't they? They all are required to enforce child abuse and child neglect laws. And since they are all covered right now, I'm going to want their umbrella policies. It's very upsetting, yes, that you continue to enforce a protection order right now where there is no signature of the petitioner. Pooch! That has been used to keep my sons in the wrong grades. Yes, that you've used that numerous times to have me arrested for crimes that I had no involvement in. Yes, because I wasn't in Squim and I wasn't in Britain. Yes, he was. And you refused to remove your forgery and fraud. Now, I'm going to sue each governor of each state of the United States, and that means all, for refusing to enforce. This was signed into law. Yes, it was. Delivered, governor signed, on June 7th of 2018. Wow. Now, Governor Jay Inslee, for some reason, doesn't want to have enforced the actual legislation of the state. Well, I'm going to have it enforced. Do you understand me, Governor? I'm going to make absolutely sure that every law signed in every state of the United States is enforced. Now, these individuals that just can't be mental, yes, because they lose their insurance coverage, yes, there's a conflict of interest for them to force the law, isn't there? Yes, you could be schizophrenic, yes, bipolar, delusional, yes, you can be an employee of a police department, but as soon as they say you're mental, you no longer have any insurance. Oh, you have post traumatic stress disorder. that is affecting law enforcement officers and firefighters. Could you get me all of the diagnoses? Yes. A post traumatic stress disorder. Yes. Vandewidge. Poop. Could you do that for me? Yes. Because if I find out, yes, that the state has really been keeping crazy people on the insurance. See, there's a diagnosis that you can't have, can you? No. You can't have a mental defect or a mental illness or you lose your state insurance. Yes. So everybody has to be post traumatic stress disorder. Yes. See, in the Army, let's call General Peter Crelly, used to be the number 2 general in the United States Army, won an award as that good Catholic at Seattle University. Yes, he did. In fact, you know what? I've been thinking about the Catholics recently. Could you get me the umbrella policies of that whole directory of the bishops? Could you get me the umbrella policies of all those subordinate TIN numbers? It seems that the Pope right now, the Pope doesn't understand ecclesiastical law. Now, it could be that a few of the employees in your bishop's directory, yes, have found out about the refusal to enforce kidnapping laws, child abduction laws, yes, and then there's the child abuse and child neglect laws. Yes. Now, for every priest that thought I would not sue for the actual umbrella policies of all the subordinate organizations of that recently documented exemption to Social Security.